By taking all the power of the Monkey King into myself, I became the rightful ruler of Ta Lo, because it is said he who possesses the powers of the Monkey King holds dominion over everything on earth, and I became the husband of Ying Li, and I named our Shang-Chi and my daughter Xu Xialing just like in the original storyline, and one day I took my son and daughter into the hyperbolic time chamber and I trained them both for a very long time, and I taught them everything they needed to know so they could better themselves in the real world, and I educated them both beyond the college level so that everything would be easier for them to achieve even as young teenagers, and I taught them both every form of martial arts, and I even taught them both the Saitama training and the Hercules method, and I even taught them both how to completely control all their powers and strength, and then I said one day I need you both to return home so I can give you both a gift, and then Shang-Chi asked me, "Father, are you a god?" And then I said, "Yes, I am, son, and you can call me Infinity or the Monkey King, but some know me well as Sun Wukong." And then Shang-Chi asked me, "So the journey to the west is about you?" And then I said, "Yes, in a way. You see, I have lived many lifetimes, and despite what you might have been told, even gods can die." And then I said, "Now go forth, my son, and succeed." And unlike the Shang-Chi from the original storyline, my Shang-Chi succeeded in life, and he became a rich billionaire, and he even met the same woman he fell in love with in the movie Shang-Chi, and he married her right after he got a job right out of college, and me and Ying Li spent many happy years together, and she never died from a terminal illness or anything like that. Instead, she lived a very long time, and she even stayed young just like me because I made Ying Li truly immortal. As a matter of fact, all my wives were happy in the MCU universe, and Jessica Jones never knew the real me left Earth a long time ago because my clone replaced me and stayed with her for many years, and I even made all my wives immortal so that they could all live a very long time with me. And meanwhile, in the Underworld universe, things were unfolding a lot better than the original storyline. In the Underworld movies, I made sure everything was better, and I reasoned with Victor from the beginning, and I even helped him to keep certain individuals silent, which as a former king, Victor began to like me very much and see me as useful, mainly for all my extraordinary powers that I can't grant to anyone else except my children. Actually I could, but I'm not going to grant powers to someone like Victor in the Underworld movies because I just don't trust him. But I trust Celine. I'm just not sure I should tell her yet that I can give people powers. I mean, honestly, even if I give someone superpowers, it won't matter because they can't really kill me or beat me. Even if I died, I would just come back from the dead because I'm married to Lady Death and she made me truly immortal. So even if my mortal body is obliterated or destroyed, I'll still come back from the dead brand new, like I never even died. And yes, I will always have the same mortal body. Celine already knows I'm a god called Infinity. And then eventually word got back to Victor, so Victor had someone come fetch me and bring me to his office, and then he told everyone else in the room, "Leave us and don't stand near the door." And then Victor took me to his secret soundproof room, and then Victor said, "This room is soundproof and no one can hear." And then Victor said, "My boy, I know what you are because Celine has told me you are a god called Infinity, and even I know what the word infinity means. I'm not stupid. Despite my many years being pampered as a king in a castle, I'm still highly intelligent and educated." And then I asked him, "Are you sure? Because then you also know that I can see the future." And I said, "One person should not have too much power, Victor, because it might go to their head, if you know what I mean. Are you saying that I would become an arrogant maniac?" And then he said, "Well, I'm already arrogant, but I'm not a maniac. I just don't like insufferable people that are assholes and have no manners. Excuse my language if you're a god or the god." And then I said, "It's funny you mentioned that actually, because I am actually a son of God. I am the aspect of infinity." And then my eyes glowed bright white and an infinity symbol formed on my forehead and a white aura surrounded my body, and I teleported me and Victor to my dimension, which is basically a white room full of everything I want and need. It even has comfortable chairs and tables. And then I said, "Sit down please, Victor," and the chairs are comfortable. And I asked him, "So what powers do you want?" And then he asked me, "Well, what can you give me?" And then I said, "Well, let's just say that I can give you whatever you want, so choose wisely." And then Victor started thinking about it, and I just sat there stoic with my eyes glowing bright white.